and Dungeons and
Oh.
Dragons.
So is there anything any of you guys want to share before we start?
You mean
Any
like who we
drawing
are?
or what? Yeah, sure, why not?
Alright, I will start because I'm the best one. I am... Oh, let me grab up my thing. I am Aqualis, the Warforged from the northern continent. I'm a paladin, and I was awoken on the same day that every single other monk in the temple was mysteriously murdered. Ever since then, I have lived in the temple alone, reading up on all their books, lore, history, finding as much as I can to learn about my old family. But eventually, I got bored of that, so I left into a nearby northern city where I formed the band Deus Ex Machina with my friends. Well, you'll meet them later. But I'm in a robot band made entirely of Warforged from around the world, and we are currently on a show in the current setting.
Next.
Hey
Mac.
there, my name is Dignan. How you doing? I'm from way out east there. What? I'm a wizard and a minotaur, eh? I use an orb. I think I'm doing okay for myself. Hey, how you doing? And I guess I'm here watching the show. I'm going out for about the first time, eh? How you doing?
The leader of our party. Next.
What? What? Should we mention about why Dignan is a wizard? Right
Oh
now?
yeah, way back over where I'm from, I I spent a lot of time in the library. I learned a lot about magic, and I learned a lot about the world, and now I kind of want to go out and see it, eh?
Woo! All right.
Sounds good to me.
Hey,
Alright. Okay, I guess I'll go next. I'm Vane. My life started in a small settlement in the west with a bunch of fire souls. I was born as an earth soul, and everyone thought I would manifest fire at some point, but I never did. And I was supposed to be some sort of prodigy, but I never became that prodigy, and eventually I left to go to the hub where I found a real passion in sword fighting, and I have been there most of my life, keeping the peace and learning the craft, as well as taking people through the West
As a guide.
as a guide. Yes.
What what was your race again?
It's Gensai.
Sounds kind of Asian. Anyway, you're a sword mage, and that's about all you need to know. Cause it's the worst character. Let's just get that out there.
Actually, I can affirm that.
Eh,
I looked at my
also,
book here and it says it's the worst.
if you choose this race, you're the worst character in the group.
I mean, that's it. That's all they have for the description. It's 2 words. It's like that passage in the Bible where it's only 2 words. It's really famous.
They're made of elements or something. Also, they're the worst. All right. Now, what's this last one? What the fuck am I looking at here?
I'm Nyx. I'm a pixie from the south. Not the most pleasant of places. We're all born tinted purple, which has not been horribly useless. This helps with camouflage. I have very dark wings. I have very dark skin tone. I'm a thief mostly, but I've been known to do other things.
I moonlight as a veterinarian.
Sometimes, I got a soft spot for cats. Or cat
ain't that
things.
nice.
You're just jealous. You're jealous because I can fly faster than you.
She's got a point.
More than any of us, actually.
Eh?
But I don't do a lot of magic. I'm not big on combat. I steal shit and I run away and get paid. So, woo.
So
Moving on.
you're basically the worst. You're a villain.
Yep.
I don't want her in my party.
I'm chaotic good. I make things interesting.
Oh yeah,
the better.
what's everyone's
Oh
alignment?
yeah. Geez, I don't think I ever found out my alignment, eh?
I'm gonna go ahead and say straight up good.
I ain't that nice, sir.
I'm gonna say on a spectrum between lawful and neutral good, it's more on the lawful side for
You seem
Aquilus.
lawful, I think.
He does follow
Yeah.
the word of his god.
Usually the more pious ones follow a lawful alignment.
I would say I'm lawful good as well.
Oh, by the way about Aquilus, he is a paladin because the religious temple he comes from worshipped a bird god named Leve, who teaches equality as a core value amongst all things, even in death.
Hashed this out very well, did we?
It happens. Whatever.
Sorry, I got one thing out of order, everybody!
Hey, you're alrighty.
Forget it! I don't want to play Dungeons
It's
and
over.
Dragons
It's
anymore.
done. No more D&D.
We're doing it live.
What about the rest of yous?
Yeah, any religions or...
Technically chaotic good. No religion. Selfish.
You're going to hell for that. You know what the version of Leve hell is? It's just you're in a nest with a bunch of big birds pecking at you. You're gonna have a bad time.
You're in a giant egg.
Gonna use my stealth.
Fetish. Oh my, being
See.
birthed out of an egg fetish.
And every time you try to get out of the egg, there's a bigger egg that you have to get out.
It's like one of those Russian dolls.
It's a never-ending egg.
See,
Anyway.
extra things about Vane. Her hair, most Earth Souls don't have hair. It's said that she has, quote unquote, the bit of hair she does because of her Fire Soul parents' manifestation.
That's like
Hair
adoptive
than-
parents trying to say like they put genes through to the kid. Like, yeah, she's got my eyes. No, come on, Fred. It's not.
Well, they thought she was some prodigy because she managed to Earth Soul. Anyway, not important.
Oh, my minimal hair fetish.
And she's known very well in the West as one of the most reliable guides because of her strong fighting prowess.
People have a weird fetish for her strong thighs.
It's true, she
You
does
seen the thighs
have.
on this chick? You want her to be your guide, I'm telling you what. Alright, I believe it's Shawn's turn to take it.
Hey there.
Take it away,
The
Shawnzy.
DM.
What about Digman?
There, I already said my thing.
You're good?
Okie doke.
Alright. Well. All of you are gathered. Let's begin. Part 1. Oris, the hub city.
These are,
First encounter. Hidden remnants. You are, all four of you, walking, stomping, marching, or otherwise trudging through the streets of Oris in the lands of Adith, once the central foreign capital of the now renounced Azurane Empire. You are each making your respective ways down the same market street at different spots and at different times. The ground is muddy, well, muddier, due to a recent rain. Muted gray and soggy brown characterizes the morning streets. The buildings of the district are made of strong, rarely painted wood from the surrounding forests. Market cores of the streets are folks that are dressed in all... Street folks are all dressed for the damp weather, in hoods and hats and robes and coats. Some lesser nobles have umbrellas dangled above them by one of their entourage, the guards of which looking at everyone like they're either pickpockets or assassins. The street is not known for its unimpressive storefronts, but rather their signage. Either not being able to afford it or simply holding to a tradition, store owners focus mostly on having eye-catching, flashier, elegant sign work rather than enticing facades, which often results in competition for the best artists. The air greedily clings to a The air greedily clings to a breath of white fog which lightly shrouds the gray, sunless sky, as all four of you eventually and unknowingly converge at the same spot at different times of the morning. And hold on, let me link you all the picture that I have of the place.
I'm walking in my band clothes, which is like a nice collared shirt and vest, but I've like taken my shoes off and have rolled my pants up so they don't get dirty in this fucking muddy street. I didn't know Oris was going to be such a shit town.
Yeah, that's another thing. You guys can feel free to like interject with like stuff like about what you're doing and everything. If you want.
Wait, let me make sure my head's in the right place. This is the hub town, right? Okay.
I was laughing because I was thinking of what I would do for my catchy town sign. Just tits. Anyway, we got fresh waffles served up here. You got me.
Hey, I will slam your penis in a car door. We will do that for you.
Tits.
Yeah.
Just big. There's nothing else. It's just bold letters. Cats.
What do you sell here? Oh, fisheries.
Oh, I don't know. He doesn't even know. I don't know what we sell. Look at our sign though.
Huh. Well, I didn't think that's a sign, huh? You got money? No?
Is there any explanation as to why we're here, or are we just starting at
well,
this?
it's sort of ambiguous. Y'all are just sort of wandering on your own.
This is a time to interject. I'm here on a show with my band. You know, we got booked for Oris.
Yeah. And obviously you've been here for a while, Vane.
Yeah, most of my life.
Dignan, you're probably, I don't know.
I'm just rolling in, eh? I'm pretty hungry.
You heard about a great book.
Wants to take a bite.
I heard about a great lake. There's the library, and it's right next to a thing where you get the big slab of meat, and it's rotating on in front of the fire. Oh, a beauty.
Shawn starts typing this up furiously.
I'm just typing notes.
I need to know this!
Oh, right. Yeah, beauty of the sauce. Wow.
And,
Nix.
Yeah, that's all the members. All right. Nix, what are you doing?
Nix?
I recently finished a job, and I'm just wasting time for the drop.
Actually, it would make sense if you were like pickpocketing the people on the streets or something. The past time.
I said I'm wasting time for a drop. I could pickpocket.
She does that to waste time.
I do lots of things.
She picks a gold watch off guy, just drops it in the mud. She doesn't even need it.
She gives it back. I stole this
from you.
Sorry, I'm just ramping up the challenge, and you look pretty difficult.
Okay. At some point during this morning, each of you separately happen upon a particular street that branches off the main trade avenue. There's something odd about this street. While it's not quite as wide as the main boulevard, it is a considerable size and is not at all an alleyway. And yet, there seems to be no one passing down it. There's no beggars, no street rats, or otherwise shifty-looking folk. No one at all. In fact, everyone passing by it seems to look away in their own fashion, succeeding in appearing to not even notice it. But you all do. Each of you decide to make your respective way down this urban anomaly alone. You walk for a while. The ceaseless clamor of the markets become more frail as you can continue. The morning mist seems to thicken the further you venture, obscuring either end of the street further down, more and more. Every door of every building is shut. Some have bars placed on the entrances and windows, and some are boarded up. All of them have the same symbol painted somewhere on them, which looks a little something.
Hold on. Hold on. It looks like, hold on.
He's like drawing it.
Like this.
So, Al also disconnected from the call.
Yeah, he dropped like as soon as you started that.
God dang it.
Right?
I like this. This is a good symbol.
So this is painted on all the buildings.
It's very crudely and quickly done. They all look a little different because they're obviously painted by someone not artistically inclined. And they're on all of the buildings, yes. At some point.
And they're all shut up.
Yep.
Hey, dropped out for a minute there.
Yeah, no duh.
Okay. Should I do the whole thing again, or
I
just
don't
go?
know about the whole thing.
All right,
Give,
Al.
Rundown.
give me a
Allie.
rundown.
Al, you look. As you're going down the main market street, you see like a street that's sort of hanging off the main one, but no one's going down it. No one's looking at it. No one's noticing it. And you're like, well, why is that? You decide to go down it.
Oh.
You know, you're a curious type.
Oh, it's just like Harry Potter, eh?
Yeah, kind of like that. You know.
You're
like,
you're
Yeah.
curious to buy some deals. You're buy curious.
Yeah, you know.
Or-
Maybe there's some deals down the street. You don't know.
Down this all barred up,
Yeah, all the
bunch of
doors are
cryptic
barred
symbols
up.
painted street.
Character note. Dignan thinks Harry Potter is real.
Uh-huh. Yeah, everything's boarded up, and there's the symbol that you might not have. Well, yeah, it's in the Skype chat.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
That's
in
on
the
all
Skype
of the
chat.
buildings.
It's in the
Like
air
some hog-
Skype chat there.
like some Hogwarts shit, eh?
Yeah, kind of like that. Not really at all. All right.
Now I'm gonna kick your butt.
Al makes continuous like Harry Potter comparisons, and Shawn just starts to hate Harry
Oh,
Potter.
it looks like a
No.
wand, eh? It's like a
As
wand,
they,
a pickle.
as they go on, it somehow turn everything into Harry Potter. By the end, you're like killing Voldemort.
What?
Right.
Hey, Quailus, look out! It's he who must not be named.
Hey, keep an eye out.
All right. So, every door shut. Yeah, blah blah blah. Anyway, there's still not a single soul on the street, and the only thing being there, even on the street, there's no barrels, there's no brooms discarded. You just see a few puddles of standing water here and there in the mud. So, finally, you spot something. You walk closer. As you near, you see it is a large, broad-shouldered figure atop a small, square wooden pedestal on one side of the street. As you get closer, you're able to make out that it's an Agrin, which is a half ogre and half dragonborn.
Ah!
Ogre. Ogre, eh?
They're often
I'm
distinguished
an ogre.
by, they have like a webbed dorsal fin that comes out of them, which is how you could tell it's not like a dragonborn again.
Oh,
My God. Just like in Harry Potter.
They're kind of like amphibian, kind of ish, a little bit. So this guy has a lot of heavy robes on, and it's the color of like blue mist and wet stone, and it looks very smooth, almost as though it's like made of clay. The robes looks actually pretty expensive, but
is he like using this as camouflage to blend in with his dank ass street?
not really. I mean, it's not really intentional, but maybe. His snout also sort of comes out of his hood a little bit, but like the hood covers his eyes on either side. And he has these large three-fingered claws that are interlocked and folded in front of him that are resting against his waist. And he's standing there like a statue with excellent posture, but he seems very at ease with himself. He appears to be looking constantly forward at the other side of the street, and he's not even turning to look at you.
Mm.
So, yeah, you can, if you guys want to roll a perception check, you can get like a closer look at him if you want to take a look.
I'd like to throw a nickel in his ad, eh?
Quick thing. We're all here at different times, you said, right?
Yeah,
Or are we
you're
all
not-
there?
Yeah, you see this guy, you all see this guy at a separate time during the day. You don't see each other at any point.
Alright, fine. I'll perception check that shit.
1d20.
I know. I had to grab it.
Just making sure.
I got a 13.
13. You see that he's wearing like a belt under like the opening of his robe. You see he has like a runic etched belt. And you see that there's a dagger sheathed on one of his boots.
Look out!
Anyone else? Alright.
Oh,
Fine, I'll be the only one to perception it.
All right, I attempt to throw a coin into his hat.
He doesn't have a hat.
All right,
Allie's got a frickin' hood.
There's no hat.
I think I see a hat.
You do not exist. I don't know if this is
Roll
real.
for if
20,
I got
always perception.
I roll a 9, and I miss the hatch because there's no hatch.
Yeah, you also notice the dagger.
So just keep in mind that whatever your character sees is only what your character sees.
Yeah, this is like if you guys all roll 9s, I'm just going to say you all notice the dagger and the belt because
Roll it. Do it.
When you guys are rolling stuff, are you like
20. Nat 20
what?
roll.
20.
Oh,
That's like
I
our
roll.
first roll.
Oh, wow.
Suddenly, she like pulls out a street lamp and it lights this dude up. His robes blow back, and it like
This guy-
reveals that it's
no,
just a
this-
crow.
Oh my god, he pulled out the thing that Dumbledore used.
This guy opens his mouth and he pulls out his soul and hands it to her. This is all of me. This is who I am.
I've been talking in a soul.
He
Well,
found-
you're probably pretty perceptive. I mean, you're a
Yeah,
pixie.
I have low light vision as well.
He found his
Oh,
soulmate
that
because she
actually makes
understands
even
him
more
perfectly.
sense because you can tell that there are 2 distinctive glows coming from under his hood, which he has wrapped up. And he looks like he's trying to hide it from anyone who's walking by. So.
I guess I'm just gonna. Oh well, let her finish.
I'm just not.
Can I try and pickpocket him?
He would probably crush your head.
You perceive that. That's why he can tell you that.
Yeah.
You perceive that he would be really mad about you
That's
stealing
your
from
that's
him.
your
Just
bonus.
crunch your head in between his fingers.
I mean, this guy is big. Like he matches Dignan here.
Dignan's the biggest of us. I know we don't have measurements up, but Dignan is like a foot bigger than Aqualis, and Aqualis is
Jesus
6'7" or something.
This guy's about in between both of you.
Okay.
Maybe he's not as tall as Dignan, but he's a big guy.
All right.
And all right.
I guess just for the sake of my character hasn't seen anything yet, I will roll my own perception.
All right.
13.
Yeah, you just noticed the dagger on the belt.
Jesus.
That's what I got.
The Alpha Dagger.
And
Are we all
bells.
remembering modifiers when we say these things? Are we just automatically adding them and then
Yes.
saying that? Okay.
Okay, good.
I don't think
So-
I have anything that changes my perception.
As you're standing there, he announces suddenly in a strong, reverberating voice, arms outstretched, "Step closer!
Ah!
Yes, everyone move in so all can hear and see. You're the only one there. Are any among you quick of wit, or foot, or swing? Are you sharp of mind, or tongue, or blade? Does your prowess rest in the pages of mystic tomes, or the sharpened dreams of tempered steel?" He does not wait for a reply, and he still seems to be addressing an imaginary crowd, you being the only one of the number that isn't apparently invisible. But this doesn't seem to bother him. "Then test those very skills at the Academy of Aptitude. There is no price for the preliminary assessment, and initial enrollment is only 4 copper. As he raises his arms, drinking in the imaginary sound of astonishment, you notice out of the corner of your eye other figures have emerged from the buildings. Upon looking around, you see that they all appear to be robed, but don't seem to have any opening for their faces on their hoods. Give yourself or someone you think is suited the chance to better themselves. As we
Spit
mess
on
up
you.
our sentences.
Puh!
I need to go to this college myself. Anyway, as we specifically teach them how to hone their allotted skills and master themselves, the figure steps closer, or the figures around you step closer and closer as the acorn continues, and I can assure you the figures move within arm's reach. It will certainly not graduate. He pauses and finally angles his head down toward you, lowering his held out arms as he does so, without a challenge. A brief glimmer behind his hood's fold is the last thing you see, before everything goes dark.
Ah,
I attempt to hug him in the middle of his speech when his arms are outstretched.
Okay, is that your
Attempt
minor
to
action?
hug.
Roll to hug.
Okay,
Roll to hug.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna have you roll.
9.
You sort of reach for him, but you notice there's another arm on your shoulder, sort of pulling you back.
Oh, jeez.
But it doesn't seem to be coming from anywhere. Like there's
Oh,
no one
this is-
touching you.
This is not good, eh?
my
So,
God, Al.
So all of you seem to have been knocked out in a way.
Okay.
A fetid
Apparently, I
smell.
have +1 to my perception. By the way, I'll keep that in mind for the future.
Anyway,
People
fetid smell is the first thing to wake all of you except Equalis, because you can't smell.
I stay
So-
dead.
I want you three to roll for perception.
This is racist.
19.
Jesus Christ!
Fuck.
I am a rogue.
I got 14 again. Fuck me.
Oh, do I roll?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
Al.
You have
okay.
a nose.
Yes,
11.
Aqualus. Oh wait, I mean,
It's 11. I got 11.
Okay, you all wake to the smell, and it smells like, well, it smells bad for one, but you know it's more than just bad. You know that it's something rotting, something dead,
Okay.
both of you. But
Do I have
Nyx,
anything that I can...
you know it's definitely something dead. In
Oh.
fact, you smelled this before, and you know that it's not only something, you know it's someone dead, and it smells like it's very close.
and it's you. You're dead.
You're dead.
Game over.
Nyx leaves the party.
See, do I have anything that could maybe... No, never mind. I don't have...
Yeah.
I just have
Well,
Arcana.
Klaus, you're still just powered down, kind of like, dormant.
Wait, we're all in the same room now, right?
Yeah, all three of you are locked in a single large cell against a corner. Metal bars making up the other two walls, which would be like the south and the west wall, are made of bars. It's like a big cell. Beyond your cell are other single cells and cages lining this apparent dungeon, and the halls extending in either direction. The bars, they extend on either direction. There's a hall going from like the south going west, and on the east side going north. There's halls going either way through there, and yeah.
Al, it would be
So-
really convenient if you made this image just a fucking image link. I don't want to have to save it and open it while streaming this shit.
There.
What is wrong with you people? Why is Skype such a popular option?
Hmm.
Fuck.
Uh,
I'm going to kill myself.
There are a few torches mounted on the walls. They're not inside the cells, but they're lining the dungeon, and they're all giving off like substantial light. And there's a little bit of light coming from there's like a window sort of at the very, very top of your cell. It's like set in one small, tiny little brick. You can sort of see. You can sort of tell it's from outside. That's like at the very top, and that's like seems to be the only source of fresh air. But doesn't seem to be getting rid of the smell. So the cell is dank. It's kind of wet. There's straw on the ground and a sort of haystack placed against one of the corners, against the bars.
That's your poop and haystack. Or a bed. Or both.
Overall, yeah.
That's the
all-
like
bathroom
in
and
the
the bed.
Wild Thornberries movie, hey.
All three or all four of you are sprawled out on the moist cobblestone floor in your own way, and the sound begins echoing louder and louder over the idle susurrations of the dungeon. It's the sound of repeated clanging. It gets louder and louder until finally you see a human woman, three of you except Aquaz, because he's still asleep. You see a human woman emerge from behind the bars, and she's been dragging her sword against the bars, which has made that sort of clanging sound all the time.
Can I
Use-
perception for weapons real fast? Do we even have our weapons? Is that a thing?
No, you do not have your weapons. Your weapons have all been stripped of you. You are completely,
Jeez.
Now you're just a mage.
you are nothing.
Me? I'm a sword mage.
No,
What
now
am
you're
I
just
gonna
a
be with-
mage.
I can't do my abilities much without my sword.
So,
Useless.
as she's walking, she comes down, and she stops at the front of your cell. And just beside the door, sheathing her sword and hanging her arms limply on the horizontal bar that runs along the verticals. And she's fully armored except for a helmet. She's got dirty blonde hair constricted into a bun behind her head. She leans in between the bars, and one of her eyes looks seared shut, and she has no brow above that. Like, it looks like someone burned her, and her eye is completely closed on that side.
Ooh.
So she kind of smirks at you guys, and it doesn't look like she's used to smirking because it looks like really like lopsided.
How do I do this?
She's a very like gruff kind of. She's not ugly, but she's just kind of she's got scars everywhere else, and she looks like she's been through a lot. And she shouts, "Up and at it, maggot food!" And Klaus, you sort of stir at that because you can hear things, obviously.
Oh! I'm up! I'm up! I wasn't asleep!
You sputtered to life.
Hey! What? Ah! I smelled something. That's why I'm awake.
He looked at you. Yeah, get up, Rust Bucket.
Hey! It's mud.
And as this happens, there's a half-elf slumped against the back of his cell across the room of yours, and he sort of screeches and continues his quiet and name mumbling that he's been doing like the whole time, and he's been kind of like, I'm scared to himself like this the entire time you guys have been here, and you hear something sort of rustle in the haystack in your cell as this all happens. So, the Warden just stands there, kind of gawking at all of you before grimacing and trudging off, muttering something in a language that's not the common tongue. And you guys can do you can do a history check to see if you understand.
Alright, good. I have a huge history buff.
But
Let's
I
do
have
it.
multiple languages.
I got a big history boner.
I have an 8+ to my history. Let's go. Oh, jeez, I rolled a 2. Okay.
Okay, to you, it just sounds like babble. In fact, you're
All
kind
right.
of insensitive and you hate that language, so you make
No,
fun of
but
it
I
a lot.
have a +8, so it's gonna be a 10. It's not as bad.
Okay, well, it sounds familiar, but you know that you're not really sure what
Okay.
it is.
I don't know.
then,
I tried.
I roll a 12 with my +4 history modifier.
Ah, it sounds pretty familiar. You know, it's no longer used. It's a dialect. It's sort of, it's usually found in the north, but it's been kind of unpopular as of late. And late being like the past 2 decades, it's been kind of not really.
Well, I've been in the north, hiding around for 2 decades. Would I get any sort of DM modifier? Because
Yeah, actually, I was getting to that. You're gonna get a +5 automatically because of you living there.
all right, Aquilus listens carefully and it goes ba-boom with a 17.
Oh, yep.
Ooh.
Hey,
Yeah, you know you not only know it's used in the north, but you know that she's saying something about like all of you being next.
Ah! I just hear what she says. No one else understands it. I go ah!
Wait. I can understand Elven, Halfling, Orc, Sylvan, or Undercommon.
None of
Is it
those
any of
languages are
those?
used in this.
This
God
is
damn it,
Blorgish.
people. Then what languages are used? Because I get 4 of them.
Yeah, you should probably find analogs for those, Shawn.
Yeah,
and
well,
Cody.
okay. Well, this is one that I just kind of made up anyway, so it's not.
Yeah,
It's
just
not
bang-
It's
supposed
a
to be.
dead dialect. I would.
Bang that out later.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like one that it's not popular anyway, so.
Okay.
It's not a racial one either, so. Now, you can all kind of do whatever you want for a little while. It seems like there's nothing going on. So,
okay, I look at the bars, like, look at how the condition of them.
uh-huh.
Alright, so I roll, I guess I have a +4 perception thing, so I roll a 12 again, so 16.
You can tell that the bars they're old, but they're very sturdy. They're not bent, they're not niched really, except on the
Could I
inside.
break them with my muscles?
No, you couldn't.
Ah.
Can I fly between them?
Yeah, is she small enough?
Nope.
I'm 3 feet tall and 32 pounds. Pretty sure I
They're-
can fit.
They're thinly spaced. Okay, if you
Okay.
can fit between about 5 inches, sure.
Can I? Okay, wait. We don't have any weapons. Can I do. I don't know. I
You
don't
all
think
do
anyone
not know
magic.
each other, by the way. You have no idea who else is in this cage with you. So,
Fuck these guys. I'm in a prison. I gotta get out of here.
I
just letting you know
introduce-
that.
I would
I
like to
am-
roll for hide. It's dexterity.
Okay. Go ahead.
Where are you gonna hide in?
There's nowhere to
I
hide.
don't
Wait, we've got the really crappy haystack. She can
Yeah, let's
hide
see how
in.
well she does, and then we'll decide.
That's
Let's
true.
go.
Go ahead.
8.
An 8 plus
You kind of.
4.
4.
You
6.
kind of.
It's dexterity, so it's 6.
All
I
right.
have a lot of hiding.
So wait, that's total of 8 or what?
No.
That's 8 plus 6.
Okay.
Like,
You kind of look around and you go over to the haystack and you notice that the smell is even stronger there of the dead. And you think, okay, well, you know, there's probably a dead body in there, so maybe it's not the best idea to hide inside the haystack. So I'm not going to go in there. You just sort of go against the corner by the stones, sort of crouching.
I don't know. That seems kind of like her choice. Do you want to hide with the dead body?
Well, I don't know, do you?
well, we have a giant minotaur. Can I just hide behind him?
Sure.
What you are like?
I mean, what I'm saying is like the smell is so
Don't
strong, it almost
I
makes you
laugh
faint.
naturally.
The smell is so horrible, you almost throw up by getting that close. So
Okay.
you would not be
Never
able to
mind
breathe.
then. Fine.
I choose
I mean,
to
Dignan
introduce-
doesn't smell that bad. Maybe it does. I don't know. I'm talking about the haystack.
I washed this cape a month ago. These are my only pants. Hey, I'm gonna introduce myself to the big crazy robot and the ladies. I got a -1 charisma modifier, and I roll a
Me too.
I roll a 3.
Whoa, jeez. Okay, Dignan, you sit there and you sort of like, you're sitting, you kind of like rock back and forth looking at the others. And as you try to speak, you just sort of spit.
Boy.
Yeah, like the first word, you get that unbearable drool that comes out and acts like, oh shit, that's been in my mouth for a while.
And you just kind of wipe your mouth and just sit there again very awkwardly, staring at them.
So, do we have like some sort of free action? Like, can I just dictate what I'm doing outside of like trying to escape?
No, yeah, I mean, this is all, you can do whatever you want here, because it's not in combat. I mean,
Okay, well, because Al rolled to try to introduce himself, which
That's
was
what-
hilarious. To
That
me,
had to do
Yeah,
with
but-
charisma.
if it uses a skill, you have to roll for it. So you have to look at
Okay.
your skills.
You could just turn
Alright,
and
well,
shout hello.
I'm just gonna have Vane stands up, brushes herself off, and kind of takes a look around, and then I guess I will also roll charisma. And quick side note to Shawn, she doesn't always like speak, even though she's trying to give information. She'll use like her hands to like point out things or whatever. So if she gets like really really low rolls, she might just like point stuff out or nod in a direction or something.
Okay.
Well, I don't think.
Oh, I got a nat 20! Boom!
Oh my
Are you
god.
guys,
Oh!
Who are you saying hello to? The whole
Actually-
group?
well,
I'll just. Well, I got a -1, so I guess it's a 19.
after this, you guys don't have to roll to talk to each other. This is just like a initial thing, because then
Yeah,
that's
friendly get together, eh?
Yeah,
that's too
so
much. That's too much.
I rolled a 19, Shawn.
Roll a 19, and what are you trying to like convey?
Hi.
Oh. No, I don't know. Maybe. Shit, I don't know.
Oh, I have an idea.
We have to say something.
Normally, you're really bad at introductions. Like normally, with a group that you're escorting, you're just like you wave, like come on. But this is the most eloquent intro you've ever had. You pause, take a breath, and then you actually speak.
It's beautiful.
What
I
do you
love
say?
it.
Yeah, what do you say?
It's your character.
We have to get out of here. The only word she says.
I'm Bane. We have to get out of here.
We have to get out of here.
You
It
You
was
sort
just
of-
like, well, fuck.
It's like this really quiet, just like dignified. We need to get out of
We
here.
gotta go.
you hear the elf across the way in the cell. It seems like he hears you, but he doesn't stop talking. But now he's saying that over and over. He's saying, "We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here."
Oh my god.
You making fun of me?
She just goes and punches him.
Oh yeah, and he is speaking Elvish. So, but I mean, he's still saying,
Understand him.
I'm not
yeah,
sure.
but he's still just saying like nothing. He's just saying like bars, torches, dungeon, torture. That's what
I like green tea. Webcomics.
he's saying.
This show is brought to you by TalkShoe. All right.
Hey, I read webcomics. I introduced myself by asking who reads Homestuck.
Al.
Qualis
Jesus.
next to
Serious,
that
let's
thing.
go.
It feels like a two sort of introduction. I am Dignan. Do you read Homestuck?
No.
Come on.
Al,
All right.
you ever want to be in universe at any point, or you
Yeah.
just want to keep
we're
doing
one up.
these?
Harry Potter is in universe. Continue.
Can't
We'll
hide
give him that
from
one.
hello.
By coincidence, this universe had a Harry Potter created. It's not the exact same story.
It's not spelled the same.
And it's with a bunch of elves.
It's Harey
Oh,
Potterre.
it's Eastern.
And it's about this kid who steals a lot and he gets killed at the end.
Perfect.
The story
All right.
went
There, Al. There's your Harry Potter.
DM's rule. Just
And
throw down
it
the book.
it sells horribly. No one likes it, and the urchin lady who made it dies shortly after because she makes no returns.
Oh my god.
KJ Rollins.
Yeah. No, it's rolling like rolling dice, right?
So Dignan is
Oh.
basically a hipster who enjoys obscure literacy.
Uh-huh. And it's not even good literature. It's bad. It's pretty bad.
Now, I'm gonna introduce myself. It's gonna be rad, I hope.
All right.
Oh. Well, I have a modifier of 3, but I rolled a 5, so I do an 8.
Okay, it's a little bit better than Dignan, but you kind of sputter. Your gears sort of like displace for a second, so you say something, but they can't really understand what you said because there's like a whir over it, and they're like, "Oh, that's awkward."
Oh, hey, is it? Hey, you guys are from town. Did anyone see my?
Yeah, it's sort of like a computer like sputtering now and then. It's sort of you didn't really say it wrong. It was over you.
I'm
talking.
trying to ask if they saw my show. See my show. Eek.
Yeah. So, what about you, Nace? You do anything?
Since there's really no place to hide, I guess I'll say hello as well. I got a +5.
You got a 6, so you got an 11.
So you explain yourself, whatever. You introduce. Well, I guess you don't tell them who you are, really, but yeah,
I wouldn't do that.
they get the gist.
Hi.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So, let's move on.
Yep.
Now, on the walls, there's a lot of etchings and scratches. None of them seem natural. In fact, they all seem unnaturally made. A lot of them are messages scrawled in the common tongue. There are things like, "Remember me," and "I was tricked." And there's other ones that are kind of weird because they're just like "hello" or "hi." And there's a couple of simple drawings that are lower on the wall that are like simple things like stick figures and something that you guess might be like a dog next to it. And there's just stuff like that all over the wall. And the haystack nearby rustles again. It's a little bit louder. You hear something move through it until all of a sudden something sort of flops out of it and lands on the stone. It is the body of a dead human woman, and it's an adventure by the looks of how she's decked out. And that's the thing that's been making the smell, as you can tell, because it gets even worse as that happens. And
Ooh. Roll to not puke.
you can see it has many, many cuts and wide gashes all over it. And there's a large hole going through its neck below the chin, which seems to have been the killing blow. But there's not really any blood anymore. It seems to have been like drained of that somehow. But as this happens, you see all of a sudden a mangy figure, which is a gnoll, bursts out of the stack, shaking his head like a wet dog as hay flies off him. He shakes off his boots and brandishes his 2 sickles in his hands toward you all, sort of looking scared and terrified. He has wide eyes with tiny pupils, one of which isn't quite lined up with the other, so it's sort of looking off. Sort of, he's jittering and he's intensely paranoid. And he sort of stutters. He's like, "More? We're dead though. I don't think you're dead. Hey, like her. Are you dead? No. Have you come here to hide too? Well, there's no more room in the haystack. Wendy and I are all a little fit. So, who are you all and what do you want?" So y'all can respond to him if you want.
By the way, when everyone is grossed out by the smell when she first comes out, Aquilus looks around and is like, "Oh yeah, oh woo, howdy, I smell that."
You sort of notice everyone else is like, "Oh yeah, there must be a smell around."
Pinches his beak. Oof. Oof.
I imagine Vane just kind of covers her nose with like one hand, like, oh god.
I try to take a closer look at him, like, give him the old one over, take a look-see, eh? I roll 11 plus 4 perception.
Damn.
11 plus 4. All right. You
put your glasses on.
He climbs out of the haystack and he nearly trips over the dead body. It was apparently named Windy, and he's kind of short. He's a little bit taller than Nyx. He has like a really huge, elaborate crossbow on his back, and he has these 2 rusty sickles in his hands. He's wearing like leather, and he's strapped down with like a bunch of buckles. And Nyx, you know that he's definitely a southerner. He's definitely from the south.
Because he's gross.
No.
I recognize that grime.
Hey, it's a smell of home.
Is disarming, is that a modifier of dexterity?
That would be... Yeah, that would be dexterity.
Well, hold on. Hold on, violent woman.
Hold on. I wasn't gonna do anything. I
got a big diplomacy here, so let me try to help our old friend out. I always have to associate with, fans and crowd members and stuff.
Vane's pretty much just a quiet badass. That's all.
She strikes a kung fu pose. Ah! Hold on. Now.
Yeah.
Is this a diplomacy check? I seem like it was.
Yeah, that would be a diplomacy check.
Oh, not bad. It's gonna be 17.
Okay. He kind of...
Oh, wait, it's like, hey, don't, hold on, wait. Now, these guys think you smell, I know you don't, so tell us about yourself.
He sort of lowers his sickles. He kind of looks a little bit more at ease, but he's still jittering. It seems to be like a normal state for him. And he's just sort of looking around, his eyes going all over the place. One of them obviously still not lining up with whatever he's looking at. And he just sort of mutters, "They came back. They'll come back again. I hid in there, Wendy. Wendy didn't go with them. She fought. She didn't win. They threw her back in the air. She was dead and I hid. I hid with her and me from the rats. No matter what I did, they still go cold though."
Well, she's dead, little buddy.
And
you know that, right?
He kind of makes a weird sound, kind of like, almost like he's choking up.
Oh.
He sort of hides his head, and he looks down at the body, and he sort of cradles it in his arms.
Oh.
Still sort of jittering.
I may not be able to smell, but I know that won't help.
Oh, they take you away to the hall. The others didn't come back, so I hid. They didn't find me. My name's Thatch.
Your Statch?
Thatch.
Oh.
Mustache.
Thatch.
So yeah, he's just sort of sitting there on his knees, sort of holding the dead body.
Are we just open to talk to him at this point since we passed the roll?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Can anyone think of a question?
Hey, can I use...
Vane's pretty quiet. She's just kind of holding her nose and observing this strange creature holding the body in his hands. Slightly grossed out.
Oh, by the way, if no one caught, he's a gnoll, which is kind of like a hyena man but he has like a really large like humpback. He's kind of short.
Anyway, there. Do you think I can take a look at that sickle there?
He kind of looks up at you and snarls, and he kind of like rears back a little bit.
Oh!
That's about it.
Thatch, what do you plan on doing when they get back? You kind of ruined your fort there.
He looks up at you and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I guess I did. Oh no, they're gonna kill me too."
Okay, so Vane uncovers her nose and just says, like, who are they?
He kind of looks down the hall, making sure they aren't coming, even though that wouldn't matter if he was talking about them behind their back. He was kind of like, I don't know. We were all walking down the road at one time, and they came out. There were so many of them. Couldn't move. Get away. No, stay away. No.
No, jeez.
Way to break him.
I'm
We
sorry.
got a real pyramid scheme
He's
going
sort
on
of-
in the street.
He sort of buckles into the body, putting his face into her dead face, and kind of weeping.
Thatch, who was Wendy to you?
Thatch, like, he doesn't look at you at close. He kind of moves his face off and just stares at Wendy. And he's kind of like, "Good friend, long time. Oh, dead now."
Oh.
Hey, you don't say.
All right. Hey,
He doesn't seem to be one who's about elaborating on details. He just seems very simple. But you can tell that he, by like his sincerity, that he really did know this girl for a long time,
He's got a big
as in
heart.
like a group. So yeah.
Al.
I feel like I should give him a pat on the back, eh?
All
Do I
right.
roll for that?
No, that's fine. He kind of he accepts it. He's okay with it. He seems at least distracted from you. So, and there's obviously a lot of back to pat because he's pretty humpbacked.
You easily find purchase in his bag.
Except for the crossbow, I guess, but that's kind of canted to a side anyway on his back. So.
I picture Dignan like reaching down, the crossbow's in the way, his hand like, without taking notice, just sort of brushes it aside, and then
It's
gives a
just
gentle pat.
just a skill.
All right.
Intelligence.
So yeah, anyone else want to do anything or?
Yeah, I got it. Oh.
Nope, you go first, Declan.
No, you haven't said anything, go.
I'm not saying anything. I was gonna history roll to see if I could remember anything about him from the south.
Alright.
Go for it.
Cool.
16.
With a +4 for intelligence, so 20.
Wow.
20. Wow. Okay. Well, with a modifier, you know that he's well, obviously, definitely from the south. He's a gnoll, and you kind of recognize his there's like some markings on his crossbow that you sort of recognize as part of a clan of gnolls that is very renowned for being bandits that sort of hang out toward the edges of the forest that lead to the Adith, the central continent. So they sort of wait for people to come by, and they hunt them down that way. And yeah.
Alright.
I really love how so far no one's really said their name. Everyone's just kind of like
Yeah, none of
spitting or
Well, it's
like.
because we've been idiots so far.
It's just the elf guy looks over at all of you. Wow, those guys sound like idiots.
My,
Just keeps on talking to himself.
Idiots.
yeah,
Okay.
I got to say,
All right.
I was able to say, did anyone see my band? But when I was about to introduce myself, it was my name. Shut down.
Actually, you could.
I have an idea for saying our names.
I was thinking of you making another check if anyone else would know who you are, but I'm not really sure which skill that would be.
What about
Oh, no,
Streetwise?
actually-
Because I was just on tour here, so you'd hear about it through the streets.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
that would be
Minus
well.
1 streetwise.
Yeah, that.
Charisma.
Yeah. Okay,
I
actually,
don't know.
and
If all of you want to.
I've got a quick question though. Is this dungeon underground? And like like if it were, would that technically
Well,
speaking,
I'll actually roll a dungeoneering check.
All right, I roll a dungeoneering check.
From what I know, you have a high dungeoneering.
So
Right
I roll a 12 plus my 10 for a
Damn.
total
Oh my
of
god.
22.
Yeah, you know it is definitely subterranean. It's most certainly underground. And
Oh
you also
my.
know that the light coming from the window is actually not. You can tell that it's meant to look like it's light from outside, but it's not. It's just a crystal that's meant to look like natural light.
Yeah, see, just based off that description, I was gonna be like, well, you don't really need it. We know we're above ground. I mean, come on, we have windows.
Nope.
Ah,
But
ah.
Oh,
clever
So
little.
then you can tell them all that this actually isn't close to the
No, he'll just
surface
spit
at
on
all.
the ground some more.
now you have to roll diplomacy again, guys.
Guys,
This time it's-
we're
this time it's
underground.
like
Not Earth.
right.
Not.
Oh, I threw up in my mouth a little, or
Yeah, you guys don't. I don't think you have to roll anymore for.
No.
I mean.
I was gonna
okay.
say, we can slowly
fine,
introduce
yeah.
our names over time. I'm not really concerned about it. I wouldn't imagine that would be the first thing to get out of the way on our minds when there's a dead body.
The scary Knoll bandit
Just saying.
that's emotionally broken.
we all know Asclepius's name because it's written on the back of his shirt.
Yeah, all my band members have to have themselves monogrammed, so mine is on my lapel. It's glimmering. Aquilus.
Actually, I kind of want you guys to all make a streetwise check because that could be interesting.
Alright.
He's not gonna say nothing.
I rolled a 13, so I get a 12. 16 for you.
I roll an overall 18. I know what my band is.
16 plus 5. So,
Actually, I guess my 18 means that I might recognize people out of the crowd.
Yeah.
All right, I roll a 20 minus
What?
1.
You were at the
Because-
show.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Vane, you have probably heard of Equalis' band name, but it is another word that you do not associate with anything important because you don't really care about that. So
Okay. No, that's fair. That's totally fair.
Hey, fuck
you're
off.
kind of focused on other things. It's kind of just nothing to you. So, Nyx and Dignan, you both own
His
their
biggest
albums.
can I know of him but not like him?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Aw, hipster.
Oh.
You just don't
I've-
like mainstream.
And actually, that would suit your character. You know a lot
Yeah.
of the people.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have perhaps stolen
yeah.
from someone that went to their concerts, or maybe
Your
one
band's
of the band
pretty
members.
under.
Actually, maybe you stole from people at the concert because they're all paying attention to the band.
So
And you,
here,
I love it.
you see, you like Equalis' band because they give you a lot of new merchandise.
All of the opportunities.
but since
And-
Al
You know-
is such a big fan, he had this on him. Check that out.
Dignan, what
Oh
about you?
yeah. Like I love your band. I love Harry Potter. They're pretty underground, eh?
Oh yeah, I signed that photo for you. I'm told you smell. Not that that affects
Hey.
us.
You're the guy from the picture.
Yeah. And
what
the
do you
band
know?
you saw, we met
Ah,
earlier.
beauty.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you like it, man.
Really came back after that last album, eh?
Woo!
What a stinker.
I like. Well, I guess you know what. I turned to Nyx. So what about you? You like the band?
No, I just been wandering around for a while. I'm from old out east, eh? I was running with a group of folks, but then I guess they didn't want to go to the show.
Thatch kind of looks up from his simpering, and he kind of looks at you, Equalis, as everyone seems to be focusing on you. And he rolls an 8, and he kind of knows who you are, but he doesn't really care.
Hey.
Yeah, he knows that you make you make interesting sounds out of objects, but that's about it.
Oh,
Shiny objects.
maybe I can gain his maybe I can gain his favor by playing a little tune on the prison bars.
You're gonna set off the crazy elf.
Yeah, at some point he's gonna come and kill us all.
Stop playing!
He's just gonna like hum it.
Stop making noise!
Yeah, you could do
use
that
him
if you
as a
want.
beatbox.
What would that be?
That would be, let's see, what would that be? That would probably be,
More diplomacy?
I think it would be diplomacy.
I'm not
Or
trying to
actually,
game it in my favor, it's just that seems like the closest thing.
Yeah.
Alright. I go up to the bars, I look at Thatch like, oh, so you saw the posters? Well, how about
Actually,
this?
no. It would be a perception check.
Son of a bitch. I rolled a 17 diplomacy, you shit.
No, wouldn't be diplomacy.
Alright. Perception. Well, that still would have been a nicer roll. Oh, well, it's a 15 now.
Alright, you go up to the bars. Okay, well, say what you want to do first.
Well, yeah, I go up to the bars and I give them a few taps to determine their
Their pitch.
sonorous ability,
Which you do. You can get them pretty well.
and then I tap out a little tune that I know to entertain him. I smile at him, which is just me hanging my mouth open.
That's sort of, he seems lulled by it. Like, he seems attracted to the interesting sounds that are coming out of the bars, and he looks over at you. And he looks over at you with his bad eye, actually, which seems almost as though he's giving you like an appreciation for what you're doing. He just sort of tilts his head this way and that, like a dog, kind of entranced at what you're doing, completely distracted from the body in his arms.
In Time magazine, I got a bad eye from Thatch. Critics rave.
Can I perception the bars to see if any of them are loose?
Sure. Actually, well, Dignan, you tried that earlier, nothing.
Did he? Okay.
Oh yeah,
Well,
but
He
you know, I
tried to
checked.
bend them.
No,
She's
yeah,
looking to see if any of them are loose.
Right, like I'm seeing what the bars are made of. She's basically seeing like what the ground around like the.
All right.
Because like
So-
Declan was playing them, so maybe I could notice that one of them was like loose or something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Alright, I got a big ol' 5 plus 1 is 6.
You look at the bars and you kind of walk over to one. You put your hand on one, sort of inspecting it. You shake one of the bars, and you're like, "Nope, I can't break out of that."
She tries to tap out her own tune. And it's like, doon 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 doon. Oh,
Declan, if you would have rolled bad on that, I would have made that so hilarious. What you would have done?
what would have happened?
It would have just been you like making just horrible noises on the bars and no one understanding what you're doing. Thatch would have grabbed his ears and sort of like screamed for a while.
I give a good old smile, like, check this out.
I want your bad stuff.
This ain't working. He gives me his good eye, which is bad.
I probably would have had the elf. I would have had the elf laugh at you. So.
All right.
It's
So
underground!
So as you're... Oh, you have something else?
Oh yeah, so now I kind of want to look. I'll give a little closer look to the crystal that's given the sunlight. So is that perception or dungeoneering?
That would be perception because you already noticed it with dungeoneering.
Right. All right. So I rolled a 14 plus 4 for 18.
Wow.
Okay, so you just want to look at it, or you want to see what's? I mean, what do you want from
What's
it?
the happy haps?
Well, I wanna see like like a little more in depth about the crystal, like
Okay.
like the room that it's in, the
So you rolled. What did you roll? You rolled a.
14 plus 4 for 18.
Okay.
So like the room that it's in, like the way it behaves.
Yeah. Okay. You could tell it's sort of. It seems like it's blocked off from everything else, except like toward the top. You can tell there's sort of like an opening behind it, and at the top of it, like that something is lodged into it. Like it's like it has something carved out, which is making this strange sort of appearance of being outside, light coming in, and yeah. You also know that these are they're kind of common to be found in the West. and some mines. So, there you go.
I
Shouldn't
rolled a
know
kill
that?
Dignan.
Aw,
Strangle him to death. That's not canon. That's not canon, folks. We're just palling around.
Alright, anyone got anything else? I think
everything is
that's-
canon.
Yeah, I took a while to get to this, but
Can we see the door?
Door? What door?
Well, the
Like-
door to the cell.
Yeah, there's no door.
Oh,
Can
good.
I search for a door?
Sure.
13, and that perception is what?
what?
Wisdom.
+4.
You can tell there's no door on the bars at all. You've probably seen the inside of a cell before. You kind of search the wall for any sort of compartment, anything. You can kind of feel out that there's been some previous excavation in some parts of the stones where they meet together in the little crevices, but you can't really make out if any of them is really distinct in being a door.
Alright.
So yeah. Anyone else?
Okay. Now,
I'm gonna
after.
slam my marble body against the rocks.
You shatter into a
Yeah.
million pieces.
You die.
The wall gets up and hits you. Hey man.
Yeah, since it's a rock, you can understand it, so it's like, hey, cut that out. Hey man, that's not cool. I wanted to, now that he's charmed, I wanted to ask Thatch. Now, listen. You say they're gonna be back. So, if you could just lend us some of the weapons. You can keep one if you need, but some of us are gonna need some armaments to take care of them and save you too, Thatch, so you can buy more of my merch. I
Or
mean,
my sweet merch.
be safe.
Thatch sort of shakes his head like he did before, like he's a wet dog coming out of a pool, like breaking out of your spell that you were playing. And he just looks at you and goes, "What?"
Okay, well, I load up the program that made me say the previous thing just now. I say the exact same thing.
He
With
does the
exact
same thing.
inflection.
He does the same thing again, and then he's like, "Oh, you mean one of these?" And he looks down at his weapons, kind of territorial of them, sort of. He looks like he doesn't want to give them up.
We got our own weapons, buddy. We just want you to lend us them so we can shoot that woman in the face for killing Wendy, and then we'll give them right
Aquarius
back.
flashes that trademark smile.
Yeah, I give a smile. That's the sound of my jaw unhinging.
Thatch, he looks up from himself after inspecting himself with his weapons, and he narrows his eyes very suspiciously, which doesn't seem like a common thing for him, and he's like, I don't want to do that. I want to protect myself and Wendy.
I guess I'll have to break the news at some point, but right now ain't it. We're boned! I say to everyone else.
Alright, anyone else?
No.
I punch the wall where our old pixie was inspecting.
Eh.
No, nothing happens. There's no resounding sound from it.
My hand hurts.
It throbs in a cartoony way.
You take 3 damage.
Okay. The same bar clattering is heard as before from down the halls of the dungeon, seemingly the harbinger of the warden's arrival. Thatch jumps back into the hay, scrambling foolishly and kicking his legs to pull himself inside. Once he's in, he pokes his snout out, sort of twitching and making sounds of nervousness as the clattering gets louder. The warden appears in sight again, looking more cheerful, in quotes, than ever. She eyes all of you again, noting the haystack and scrunching up her nose.
Hey, can I pause real fast? She has a sword, right?
At her side. It's a broadsword.
Can I poke?
Can
we
I
poke
like
her in the-
roll to check if it's my sword?
Sure.
15.
You see it's not your sword. It's very intricate. It has a gem set at the end of the hilt. It looks like it's seen a lot of combat. It's got a lot of notches in it, and it looks pretty clean to pristine. But no, it is not your sword.
Okay.
Theoretically, could I poke her in the eyes through the bars?
No.
I got pretty big fingers.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't work. And she only has one good eye, remember?
How
Hey.
close is she to the bars?
She's kind of keeping her distance this time because you guys are all up. She can tell. Like she's been through. You can tell she's been through this whole thing before.
She knows this one.
She knows this whole situation.
Alright, that one's gonna paw me, bang my head into the bars, that one's gonna take my sword.
Yeah,
That one's gonna poke her.
as she eyes you with her one good eye, you can tell she's kind of sizing each of you up, and she's only looking at you as long as she needs to understand what your motives are, and it seems like she's doing a pretty good job at that.
Who is she looking at the most?
She's kind of looking at the haystack the most because she didn't notice that Thatch was there, and she mutters something about straggler coward that you understand. Aqualis, you understand she said straggler coward to him. And
We betray him.
We throw him to her.
I'm just having a goof.
Dignan says that out loud. We throw him to her. Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. Throw who? What? Who's in there?
No one.
she looks at all of you again. She kind of puts her hand on her sword, sort of resting it there, and she sizes you all up and says, "Well, maggots, looks like you're all awake now. Hope y'all got real cozy with each other while I was gone, because these are your friends now, and they're the last friends you're ever gonna have. He's ready for you. Don't disappoint him. The last batch, they didn't do so well."
But yeah, we smell him.
She pauses. She sort of pauses and looks over where Thatch is in the haystack as she says this, sort of stopping at the last batch. And then she looks back over at you and finishes her sentence with, "They didn't last very long." She smirks again, her one brow lowering in gleeful malice, and Thatch sort of whimpers and cringes before going into the hay again.
Thatcher's set on fire by her sick burns.
Yeah, you could tell that they were the last one to die. Were definitely his adventuring party. So, so with that, the warden marches off without another word. She's again clanging her sword on the bars, sort of taunting you guys as she leaves. And then there's nothing for a while. There's no more noise, except for the elf, who was in the cage across from your cell, and you sort of hear something from him for a second, and then as you look up to notice him, he's kind of gone suddenly. And there's nothing there. There's no blood. There's nothing. He's completely gone, and you can't really tell what happened to him. So the dungeon is quiet, except for like a slow air kind of moving through it, as like caves sort of have. And all of a sudden, a segment of one of the stone walls of the cell seemed to pull back slowly. The sound of sliding stone against stone is really loud. It's very obvious. Dust sort of pours out of the sides from top to bottom. It collapses back and disappears into the ground, kind of like mechanically, like they're all pulled on some sort of levee, and it collapses into the ground, and you see behind it is this immense grand hall. It's all sort of in this rust brown kind of color, and it looks like a stadium. And you're at the corner of this stadium, and you can see
An exquisite dinner for all of you.
an ambassador of peace, and he's gonna come out and do y'all handshakes.
Jeez, I'm famished.
And you see there are stands and whatnot, as a stadium would have, but there's no one in the stands. There's no one in the seats. It's completely empty. And at the opposite side of this huge grand hall, you can see that there's a stairway leading up to what seems like a throne platform. And you can't quite make out who is up there because you're so far back, or what is up there, but it looks pretty elaborate and extravagant. So, actually, I want you all to roll perception check right now.
I'm gonna perceive the shit out of this.
10.
Watch me look at it. Oh, it's a 19. I did perceive the shit out of it.
Fuck.
You got a 6?
Yep.
17 plus 4,
Oh, damn it.
so 21.
Okay. The bars of the cell start to emit sort of a thin steam and a very faint hissing sound, and they slowly start to get a little bit redder and redder. Nix, you're kind of near those a little bit. You're all sort of standing by them a little bit to sort of listen to what the warden lady had to say. Nix, you kind of don't really notice them sort of start to hiss. You're sort of more paying attention to what just opened up. And you sort of stand there, and you take 1 point of damage because they actually sear you before you move off.
Okay.
Do you have a way to keep your damage?
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Suppose I
you
should
get
make
kind of seared, and you're like, ooh. You move away from the bars. Vane, Dignan, or actually no, wait. You do not take 1 point of damage, not yet.
You
Dignan
will.
and Equalis, you both. Not only do you notice that they're heating up, but you notice that it's so quickly that you can pull someone else who didn't roll as well, like Nyx, away from the bars, so they don't get hurt.
All right.
Yay.
But
Hey.
you'll have to roll a dexterity check to see how well you pull them away.
You break their neck.
God damn it.
So either of you
Just
can
select
do that.
small.
Either of you can pull them away.
I've just rolled for dexterity, and that ends up being an 18.
You definitely do it.
I sweep Nyx off her feet into like a Beauty and the Bell dance. Or Beauty and the Beast.
If you're in the
Belle and the Beast dance. I
Well,
feel like
it
she
is
has a
called- it
dress
is called
on
Belle.
now.
It's called Belle in French, so Belle a bit.
Well, it's like how we have different names for animals, and we name our foods based off the French words for them.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you do not take 1 point of damage, or you are swept off your feet by the amazing dashing musician man. And
Yeah, a little trumpet flare plays when I do it. Wow!
yeah, Mac or Vane, you notice that the bars are heating up, and you walk away, but you don't really.
Just kind of like step to the side,
You
nonchalantly.
just kind
Eh.
of regard them. And Dignan, you what do? You get away real good, but how do you do it?
I just sort of jog. Like, oh! Ooh,
He does the Beauty
Okay.
and the Beast twirl, but with no one, so it's just him twirling away.
alright.
Ah!
A few stray pieces of hay actually start to catch fire, and soon the entire haystack begins to ignite.
Oh!
Oh gosh.
Thatch!
I reach for my friend. I roll an 18.
Before you're able to do that, Thatch cries out in terror as you see him leap from the haystack. His tail is on fire, and he is
gosh.
screaming wildly. He runs just head first into the huge stadium. His tail's still on fire, screaming. "Rah, rah."
Thatch!
He just goes out in the open hall, making half circles and partial figure eights. He's screaming with huge eyes, and he starts rolling around on the ground madly, finally putting out the flames.
Oh my gosh.
And as he does this, you hear laughs sort of echo throughout the hall at the end of the up from where the throne is, and it's accompanied by clapping. And you hear a voice sort of speak up. Terrain, you said the Knoll was a coward, but look at him. He's the first one out on the field this time. The man on the throne laughs again, apparently addressing the warden who was making her way through the empty stands toward the throne. You barely see the man on the throne motion to the large figure beside him, which looks very familiar. In fact, it looks like the guy on the street you saw earlier. And he begins making his way down the stairs toward the floor of the hall. And the heat from the bars sort of force you guys out of the, like it's meant to force you guys out of the cell as it gets hotter and hotter. And it gets almost unbearable to stand in there. So you sort of have to move out into the cell.
I'm the last one out because I see everyone else moving. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'll take back and watch this for a second.
Okay.
My metal is red hot, and then my shoulder starts on fire, so I walk out. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's why.
Okay. So now I will invite you guys all to the board, and you can join it.
I walk out glowing red like Bender or fresh out of the lava.
Hurrah!
Or wait, how do I? Declan, you know how to do this, right? I don't
I
know how
do.
to invite people.
My
I
immersion
was
is
trying to look
rolling.
at my Earth Shock ability. I didn't think it doesn't take weapons, so I was just gauging what I can do without having a weapon,
All right,
which is not a lot. That's
both
not a
you
lot.
guys are invited. Refresh your private boards. What? Why am I signed in like this? That ain't right.
I'm here.
There you all are. Okay, so you guys start out at the bottom left corner, and so you can take your spot anywhere you want around in the field that you want.
Okay.
So is
I
that
don't have a tablet, so I'm just gonna use a dot for me.
Yeah, just go to layer 1, or no, go to
3?
layer 3, and just make like a circle.
Choose a color. I
Oh yeah.
am azure.
Let's see, Vane. Her color should be.
I'm picking
I'm
gray.
gonna go with like I don't know, red. She's got a lot of the cool red.
Yeah, so
Maybe gold. Shit, I don't know.
you want to go right up to him, Declan?
Where are we starting? Like bottom left.
Oh yeah, where do we come from?
You start out bottom left, yes. That's where it opened up.
I
gonna
charge
say-
to the throne and I rip it.
Yeah, the throne is on the far right. That's where those stairs go up. And the ceiling is it's rounded a bit. And it's got these blazers sort of lining it that bring it to sort of like an orange-brown light.
I'm just
And
gonna
there's-
make Vane a gold to go with her eye glowy color.
All right. Hal?
Yeah, keep going. You're gonna have to draw that every time you move, buddy.
Yeah.
Hooray!
I am not waiting for you to draw that every time. Just put a damn dot.
I'm drawing it the first time. But okay.
All right.
I like how Bodhi's dot is smaller. Like that's good. No, I'm gonna make mine a little smaller too. I
Yeah,
like
you
that.
gotta be smaller too.
That's perfect.
Dignan's gotta be bigger. Because he's biggest.
He's roughly as big as my dot.
I can't. It's like a square.
I can pick a smaller one.
Yeah, I can't make a dot any bigger than that.
Oh, what are you doing?
Strong!
I'm going bright green then, so you
There,
can
I got rid of
actually
his
see
arm.
me. Nope.
Oh my god, Al.
So
Fast.
I'll try not to vandalize the board, please.
Okay.
All right. So you all go out on the field in your own way. I think, yeah, Declan, you said that you, what do you stand out there like?
I present myself proudly because I'm upset about being separated from my band.
Yeah.
Is the thing to the right? Is that where the
Stairs are.
what's
the throne.
Yeah, the stairs, the throne.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Thatch he's right about up there. So.
Oh, Thatch.
Okay. Yeah, as the figure nears the field, you can definitely see it's the Agron from earlier. He pulls off his hood. His eyes emit a faint blue aura, and he speaks up with the same resounding voice that you heard before, but it's not as welcoming as it was in his advertisement of this fake college. He's like, Adventurers, today an honorable task falls upon you. You are to entertain our Duke, Lord Athelius, by risking your lives in combat against the enthralled creatures of his last and final expedition southward. Having said this, you are not expected to survive. But if my lord smiles upon your efforts, perhaps you will be rewarded. Yeah, that's what he said.
You'll be rewarded.
You'll be rebrought.
Ah, I don't like the sound of that.
With that,
Okay.
he turns and makes his way back up the stairs to the throne side, and once he's there, you hear Lord Athelius shout, "Commence!" And then, wasting no time, at different intervals in the field, you see that the floor sort of opens up in 6 different spots, leaving 6 trapdoor-like spaces of pitch black. There's silence for a while before you hear the stone platforms rising, and then appear in each of the 6 spots large purple-eyed spiders,
Ah!
each with gold rings wrapped around their abdomens.
Ooh.
Hey,
webbing.
Coilus just gets upset at every new thing. Ah!
Loose webbing is hanging from each of their legs. They're odd though, because it seems that they only have 4 eyes and 4 legs each, and it seems like each of them had 8 at some point, but they were removed, like surgically.
I thought just at some point these fuckers were gonna like symbiosis up and link up and make a whole spider.
No, that's for our Power Rangers D&D run. You're
Don't
gonna
knock
love
it.
it. We can all turn to Power Zords or whatever. I don't know. Okay, Thatch jitters and hides behind Dignan, and he mutters something in Mostrian, which Nyx you understand because obviously you're from there. He's saying everyone else you don't understand what he's saying. He just says stuff like, necked on him. Nyx, you know he's saying, no, not those, as though he's seen them before. The spiders screech and they begin skittering toward you all. Roll for initiative.
Hey, do you wanna move Thatch's little thing behind Best Dignan there?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I
good.
forgot.
Alright, let's see. Oh, geez. Alright. 8.
Alright,
16.
are there any modifiers for initiative?
Well, maybe. Depends on who
Maybe.
you are.
What is the modifier? Is it...
Mine's 1. Yours is at the top
Oh, wait,
left of your sheet.
who rolled 8?
Aye.
Both Bodhi and I rolled 8. I'm checking to make sure I don't have any modifiers.
Where do you find that?
Top left.
Fancy
Oh well.
I
that
don't
would
have
be
a fancy sheet.
fancy. Yeah. It was really hard to download
okay,
that
I have
program.
a 9. I have a 9. I get a +1 to initiative.
Alright,
It's dexterity.
I got a
If it's
6.
dexterity, I get +6.
What?
I have
Oh.
shit tons of
it's
dexterity.
not dexterity, it's
It says it on the sheet right here. The initiative has a dexterity bonus.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure how to
Alright.
interpret that because it works differently than.
I rolled
Shawn,
a
do you know
6.
this?
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
Well,
Bodhi's sheet is different than hers. On ours, the initiative has a dexterity bonus, it looks like, on it. And
Yeah,
she's
then-
just trying to figure out what she needs to roll.
Well, I guess it does contribute because my dexterity bonus is 1 and it's 1 up there in the thing. So.
Yeah, so add your dexterity bonus to it.
Declan, what's your dexterity?
Mine is 12.
No, mine's much higher.
You get the +6. That's your modifier.
It seems like so much.
Well, that's because you have 23 dexterity. That is.
You have no health. Don't worry, you won't get a health bonus.
Okay. I get the +6 then.
So.
I have 14.
Okay, you have 14. Everyone's gonna have to tell me your rolls.
I heard Al roll.
Oh, right. I accidentally dropped the dice. I rolled a 6 earlier.
Oh, I got a 16.
I have a 9.
Okay.
Game over.
We all die at the
You
end.
lose.
All right, 16, and I'm sorry, Al. What was yours again?
6.
6.
A
All right.
whopping.
A whopping 6. Let's see, and what are my guys gonna roll? Let's find out.
Let's find out.
They roll
A 70, collectively.
All right, you guys go. You all go before them.
Ooh,
These guys suck.
nice.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to place all of them. Hold on.
Yes, please place them, because I'm going to destroy them.
Somehow
See
on
that?
iScribble you place like a gif of a spider crawling and it's really gross. There's 6 of them like it's that Spider-Man program from like 1997.
Okay, I'll get rid of your crap all around your piece, please.
Al, let's be professional.
Uh,
No, I'm sorry.
Are you using green?
No, me?
Yes.
No, I'm going to use a red.
Alright.
So I have a plan, guys. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and burn
Okay.
one of my biggest abilities off the start. I'll kill him.
You don't go
Got it.
first.
Okay, well, whenever it's
I
my
go
turn,
first. I rolled best. I'm
I
strong.
have this issue where without a weapon, I can't use a lot of my skills. Technicalities.
Shawn, do you have our character sheet files ready so you can like cross-check stuff with us to clarify?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm new to ability, so I might need to double check. I will most
Yeah,
likely need to double check.
I think I know what I'm gonna do for my turn. Maybe. We'll see how it goes up till then.
Did we save what we did for my character on that?
Yeah, but it's not at all accurate. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
well, because there's stuff on the sheet that you got that was different.
Yep.
Because it doesn't have Pixie on this one.
Okay. Now then.
This is complex.
Yeah, Declan, you roll
Oh.
first. You go first.
Initiative modifier +6.
I mean,
There
I
you
have
go.
exactly what I want to do, but Dignant's got her covered. She can take care of herself. All right. I use Divine Challenge against the one directly adjacent to me.
Oh god, there's one right next to me.
Yeah, but there's more of you there, so I'm gonna not worry about that.
Alright, give me a roll.
All right. Let's see, what is the roll? Oh god, there's so many numbers. 11. Huh.
Can't attack anything.
You got any modifiers?
I need range.
I'm
Do
checking.
melee. There's a melee roll. Everyone has
There's
melee.
no obvious ones.
I know, but I
Yeah.
have
There's,
shittiest
yeah, there's
strength.
nothing.
I have -2 strength. I can't.
Oh, wait.
attack.
No.
This is versus reflex, by the way.
That's good.
These guys do not have very good armor class. In fact, they have practically none.
No,
So what did you roll, Declan? Is that it?
11. That's
11.
it.
All right, 11 versus reflex. That's gonna hit. And now roll for your
Nice.
damage.
Is that another d20?
Or if it tells you to do otherwise. Then
Yeah, I guess not. I guess it'd be obvious it was telling me to do a different one, huh?
Yeah, it'll usually say like D10, D6,
Yeah, roll.
D8.
Yep. 14.
14.
Are there strength modifiers on that?
I don't know which. It should tell you.
Like, yeah, there's under basic attacks, you got unarmed melee and unarmed range. So, oh yeah, and that's 1d4 plus 1 on mine.
Oh yeah, mine too. I gotta roll a different die.
Okay. So you do that again.
Alright, and where's the reflex modifier?
It should be under your defenses. It should say REF.
Alright.
Oof.
So wait, is this against reflex?
No,
Yes.
Declan. Well, Declan already beat his reflex, so.
All right.
I'm sorry. Can you take a look at my sheet? Can you look at Divine Challenge and help me suss this out?
Okay,
There's-
well you gotta
Oh
link.
shoot.
I don't have your Yu-Gi-Oh cards with me, Declan.
Actually, I'm gonna have to save it new because the one I screenshotted, there's so many words, and so it did not at all capture them. You're gonna love these words.
You're gonna like the way you look.
You're
I
gonna
know
like
what
the
I'm
words.
gonna
Guarantee it.
She knows that one.
Mhm.
None of you guys never did.
We just don't like you.
Dummies.
We just
unarmed rage.
Stupid dummies.
No, just basic attack.
Actually, be right back while you do that, Declan.
okay.
Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna basic attack. I'm gonna go ahead and drop one of my skills, which will hit everything on the ground.
Bodie, that's a nice icon.
Thanks.
I wasn't
My
talking to you,
friends
Mac. I
find
was
it.
talking to Bodie.
Hey! I won't swear.
Oh wait, that's just Mac's face
Yeah.
icon lighting up.
I'm using her.
Yeah, if anyone else wants to click on that and look at this with me, this is so much to take in.
Yeah, I can help you with it.
Look at it!
Okay.
Does it even do damage ever? I also used it
You
wrong.
know, I actually found it's easier to understand what they do inside of the builder. So I went back to the builder to read my abilities. But let's see here. Mark the target. Target remains marked.
Yeah, I used it on the wrong person. I should have used it on the one on you guys, because then it would suffer.
So
Uh-huh.
hold on, I'm reading.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What the hell is my... Which one is it? Well, this is silly.
Okay, so it looks like you're gonna do 3 damage plus your charisma modifier.
Alright!
Okay. Back.
We
So,
figured it out.
You got it, champ?
Unless you want to check it out.
Yeah, maybe Shawn should clarify. I think that's what it's gonna do, but I'm not sure.
Alright, what is it, Divine Challenge?
Yeah. I just
All
linked it right there.
Okay. Close burst 5. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm realizing I used it on the wrong person.
Yeah.
Just
okay.
strategically.
So,
Yeah, that's
she
not
doesn't
gonna.
have attacks. I have feats, traits.
Okay, so that's gonna do.
Can we use your fancy thing?
Yeah. Okay.
Because we can just go
Yeah.
off
So
of
you
what
you rolled a.
But it's not right at all on the other sheet. It's not gonna have
I
the
rolled an
correct
11,
stat.
or
It has
14
attacks. I
on
don't
my
have
d20.
attacks.
14. Okay, so 14 damage.
There's no attacks.
Plus the charisma modifier, right?
Use 3, but no special.
Charisma. Well, this is a divine
I'll
skill
just have
though.
basic attacks, I guess.
So, well, you also have powers. Do you have powers? Like,
Because Matt came to a
I would
completely
say add your
I have
your religion
class.
modifier actually.
religion.
I
Actually,
can
no.
do a sneak attack.
Oh, never mind. That's your daily or
I
whatever.
guess.
Yeah. So add. Yeah, add your charisma. I think.
That's +3.
Plus 3. All right.
And we're sure I'm
So-
allowed to do 14 damage? 17
Yeah,
overall?
yeah, you sure are. That's one of your special. Yep.
Alright, I hit that spider hard.
So you hit him with what is it? 18 or
17 overall.
17 damage overall. He is very, very bloodied. You cut off one of his legs. He's
oh
kind of
jeez.
Another one.
another one after he's already down half. He kind of screeches and sort of reels,
Go about.
and he's pretty bloodied already, and it looks like you blow on him and he's gonna collapse.
I try. Oh, dang it.
Your minor action doesn't work though.
I attempt to blow.
All right. Next is Nyx.
Damn it! I wanted to go next.
Do they?
Well, now you want to go Nyx.
Because
Wait, what? What did you say? I couldn't hear you over
They-
Declan making a funny joke.
do they shoot webs?
I will not tell you.
Yeah. You can roll perception on your
Yeah,
turn, I
you
figure.
could roll perception if you like
I'm
for
gonna
a
roll
minor.
perception on that.
You could roll it. No, that's your minor action if you want to.
That's fine. I have a major action.
Yeah, that wouldn't affect her attack ability, would it?
Actually, I want you to add a +5 to that roll because you're from the south and you know about them.
Alright, so that's 15 base.
Oh.
And perception is intelligence?
That would be,
Four.
yeah, +4.
So we got a
So
19.
15 and 4 is 19.
19. All right. You can tell that these particular enemies, they do not bite, but they can jump over 2 spaces at you. So their back legs seem to be a little bit different than their other ones, or their other 2 at least. And you also know, as a side note, that the other legs that were removed seem to have been removed for like efficiency reasons. That they actually seem to move a little bit faster than they normally would with only 4, and they seem to be like retrofitted. And yes, you also notice the collars around them are a bit intricate and interesting.
I'm picturing when you said that the only thing that they have the ability to do is jump. So it's like we don't do anything. They're just jumping around us the whole time like a Power Rangers fight. Like
I told
but they're
you,
just
Declan,
sort of
that's where our Power Rangers.
they're just sort of bouncing up and down. That it?
Yes. So
Right,
that's.
You don't have a spider directly in front of you, so you're gonna have to move. Unless you have magic range.
Let me
No.
make this guy
I
bloody.
don't have weapons or spells.
Oh, you have a little bloody
Did we
signifier.
get weapons
That's
at any
clever.
point?
No.
Are
Oh,
any of the
actually,
spiders
I forgot
dead?
to. I forgot to do that. Actually, I forgot to.
Shawn!
Wah, wah.
I forgot to inform you. All of your weapons are very neatly laid out on the ground, like equally spaced from each other in front of your cell.
Oh.
Very
You wanna
obviously.
pick them up?
I just walked on over it. Oh, my mace.
I was gonna push the guy down and steal his sickle.
I was
Oh,
ready to fucking murder you, Thatch.
yeah, go ahead.
All right. Also, wait. Does the the character creator determined a lot of like the attacks we have? Like, 'cause I'm not seeing them on the character sheet. Oh wait, no. Maybe I do. Maybe I do.
They're way at the bottom if you pull up the actual sheet itself.
Hey, you got
If you
your.
can't find them, just go back
Oh,
to the
right,
character
that-
creator.
Are you pulling
They're
up your
all right
image
there.
file?
Yeah, I'm looking at my image file.
As if I have my
I'm trying to
dagger.
scroll up and down, but it's just zooming in and out.
Lots of zooming going on.
For +7 instead of -1.
Well,
Oh,
first you have
Shawn,
to
I
roll
figured your
against
bloody
your
signifier would have
AC.
been like a brighter or darker red.
Nah, this is easier.
Shawn, you said they don't have an AC?
No, they have none. They're not wearing anything except for their. I mean, their carapaces are not really. I mean, their bodies, so they're kind of fleshy-ish. So
They have an armor class of 1 because you might happen to hit the collar.
Yeah.
Clang!
Yeah.
Ah, dang it.
They're reflex.
Reflex, yes.
So you're gonna have to roll.
I'm doing a missile attack with the dagger.
Well, you don't even need to worry about that yet.
You
have
need to roll
Roll
against reflex, which I will not tell you what they have for reflex.
Ha!
And then you get to add your reflex modifier to it.
8.
Rolled an 8. Okay.
No, she's
12.
got 5 plus 8, so yeah, 12.
Oh.
I get 12.
5 plus
Alright.
8 is 12?
Uh,
Is there a negative modifier on there? I'm not
I think
hearing
that's
about.
13 there.
13's unlucky.
Yeah,
We
you on
don't
that.
want 13.
What?
Mac and Bodie,
What? Yes.
you said 5 plus 13 and then said 12. Do you have like a -1 modifier or are you stupid?
No, it's 5 plus 8.
Equals 12,
13.
yeah.
That's 13, eh?
No one said 13.
Do the numbers.
Okay, you hit them anyway. So yeah.
Bodhi.
What?
5 plus 8 is 13.
God damn it, Matt! Oh,
Fight. Okay, now roll for your damage or whatever it is you're going to do.
Wait. So you don't get to roll a d20. Roll whatever. What weapon do you have?
A
The weapon
D1.
is that's gonna tell you what you need to roll. So you get
D3.
1d3. And since you're throwing it, you're gonna get the plus whatever it was to it.
3-sided die?
Yes. No. Whatever, it'll work. Do it. Okay, you got
You lose.
a 1.
But I have a missile bonus of 3.
Yeah. So I'll go to the missile.
I guess while they're doing that, I had a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
She says her roll
1
is
plus
determined by her weapon.
Hmm.
So I'm confused. Was I actually able to roll a d20 on that divine challenge?
Well,
No.
see, you were doing a special skill for that.
Oh, okay.
It'll tell you what weapon you use.
Alright.
Yeah.
So that was
Like
just...
for my great sword, I get 1d10 plus 3 as a modifier. For unarmed, I get 1d4 plus 3 as a modifier. And then for my abilities, based on the ability, it'll tell you what to roll or what you add.
So divine challenge is basically just badass.
Well, I mean, it's you might use your weapon, but it's not important because of the ability is what you're doing.
Okay.
You're not really focusing on your weapon as much. So you could be using it if you wanted to. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Alright. Good. I'm
Alright,
glad.
so Bodhi she's doing 8 damage.
8 damage. Alright. He's not quite bloodied, but or wait, which one are you attacking anyway?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you're gonna have to move actually if you want to attack. Oh no, wait, she's throwing it. What's your range?
A lot? I don't know.
That's what it says on the sheet, a lot. Pretty far.
It's you know, it's good.
It's a graph.
10 feet.
Oh, and hey, would any of these? All right, so there's like at will powers and encounter powers. Would this count as like an encounter?
Yeah.
Nice.
Right?
What?
I have a range of 10.
10 feet. Alright. So which one are you attacking?
Is the one with the line through it dead?
No, it's
Nope.
bloodied.
It's bloodied.
Oh,
You
I'll
could kill
attack
it.
that then.
Alright, so
Oh my
what
god,
do you...
who's rubbing their face on their mic?
It's not me.
Not me.
That wasn't me. Oh, that sounded like Shawn's mic. Are you touching it with your shirt or something?
I ain't doing nothing.
You're doing something. This DM's corrupt.
I'm doing it right now.
Smack.
No.
Alright, so
What?
what... Did you throw it or what?
I'm
something?
throwing the dagger at the bloodied one.
Okay, it's kind of goes straight through it, and it just collapses completely. A bloody mess.
Jeez.
So,
Hurrah!
Wait,
Hurrah!
how much is each space in feet? Is it 5?
it's 5 for each square.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So
So keep that in mind with ranged attacks.
next, next is Mac.
Alright, so
Kame.
I think I'm just going to use my special here. So Vane's just going to step forward, and she's going to use her Earth Shock ability, which is a racial power, which is basically she stomps on the ground, and everything that's touching the ground, since I have Strength Earth Shock, is going to, well, I guess, do I have to roll against each of their reflexes on this?
What do you mean?
Okay, the Earth Shock will hit everything that's on the ground.
Wow,
Do
that's...
I have to...
Everything, including your party members, or every enemy?
I hope not.
Swear to God, Mac.
Because if it hits
Enemies in burst that are touching the ground.
Enemies,
Alright.
yeah.
Oh, thanks, Mac.
Uh,
Everything touching the ground versus in burst is kind of... You sounded like God there. Everything touching the ground
I'm
will
not
rumble.
sure how big the burst is, however. It doesn't say
It should.
here. It says minor action close burst 1, I guess, so I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Well, because I would only hit 1, it would be pretty dumb.
Mm.
Alright,
So-
yeah, no.
It
Never
was
mind.
like Vayne got up to do it. Ah! See if there's something.
Wait a minute, no.
I thought the burst was more than that. My bad.
That is a pitiful burst.
It's 1. So I think that means just 1 square around?
Yes.
Okay. So instead of the... Well, no, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it.
What?
I'm already committed.
Alright,
I get it daily, so why the fuck not?
you're using your daily. Okay. Oh, well, okay.
It's not... I don't know if this is daily or I can do it whenever, because it's not a power or anything. It's a racial thing I get.
Racials are, I believe, dailies.
Okay.
Because my greater invisibility
Is it?
is a racial.
Alright, whatever. Then I guess I'm just gonna swing with my fucking broadsword. Slice this fucking spider. Alright.
Alright.
Rolling against his reflex. Let me pull up my dumb sheet. No. Man, I am sucking it up today.
Wait.
I got 14.
14. You still hit him.
Alright, good.
Wait,
Okay.
hey, Declan, how much damage did you do? If you can remember.
Oh, you mean to the first spider?
Yeah, the first one.
That was 17.
What was it?
17.
I can't, it's so hard to hear with people. Okay. So yeah, you hit him, and now roll for your damage.
Right, I get to roll 1d10. And I got 8 plus 3. So 11.
Alright, he is bloodied, but
So
he's not
12.
he's not looking as bad as the other one before when they were bloodied, but yep, he is not looking great.
Okay,
Come on,
then.
you're not gonna animate out the wonderful action that's happening. You're killing me, Shawn.
Okay, let me animate that. I got it.
You hit him good. You
Good
lassoed
swing.
him.
Great job, Vayne.
Great shot, Vayne.
Okay, Al,
Alright.
it's the big furry guy's turn.
Oh, my
It's a big
fish.
furry guy, that's me. But I'm gonna do to this guy I'm gonna give him the Ray of Frost, which
Whoa.
let's see,
Nothing!
let's see. You give the damage, whatever, and the target is slowed until the end of your next turn. Yeah. All right. So what do I roll to see if I hit him?
That's
Yeah.
gonna be your.
That's for you to see on your sheet.
Okay. All right. And what's that? Was that under reflex?
Yep.
All right. So I got a four.
Well,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
You roll and then you add your reflex.
Yes.
To it.
To see if the hit was successful, you roll against reflex. That unlocks the door. And then you see how much damage you do by punching the door.
Yeah.
Okay. So then if that's so that if I roll higher than my reflex.
If you roll higher than these guys, I have a sheet with their reflex. If you roll higher than the number that's their reflex, then you hit them, and then you roll the damage for hitting
Al,
them.
you roll
Oh,
your
okay.
d20 and then you add the reflex on the sheet to that.
This is like
then-
Okay.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
All right. Okay. I got it.
It's like Yu-Gi-Oh.
All right. I roll a 5 plus my 14 reflex.
What? No.
Oh, okay. No.
No.
Wow, that's quite a one.
All right. So no. Okay. So then it's my ability thing there. Or
What?
okay. Wait.
Okay. No.
Sorry,
He like cut out there so he couldn't hear his last fucking word. So my
right.
dexterity is 12, so I get a modifier of 1. What's your dexterity?
Yeah,
On
you
your-
count your dexterity.
On your
Oh,
sheet,
I
the
get-
modifier
it's
is right
10
next to
okay,
the
okay.
thing.
Dexterity, and then I have a modifier of 0, so I roll a 5.
So that does not hit. You swing and you miss. He does a little leap over your attack. So
He tries
Yeah.
to surprise him first. He goes, boo! No, I didn't get him.
all right, and now Thatch is going to make his move, and he is going to.
He weeps. That's his major
Yeah.
action.
He's going to take aim at the spider that is bloodied, and he is going to roll reflex for for a 1.
Oh!
Uh,
Thatch!
plus a 1 modifier. So
Good one.
so he kind of he tries to pull his crossbow off as he's done before, and this seems a common occurrence in which he cannot get it over his humpback, and he's sort of scrambling with it, and he's not able to fire. And
He's like a kid who's not strong enough to really draw it back, so it's kind of wobbling as he draws it back. Takes aim.
no, and he's trying to pull it off his back.
Wait, are you guys sure it's a dexterity bonus? Because it looks like it's a strength bonus to me. Because I have a +3, unless I have maybe an extra one somewhere.
Well,
What?
that would be attack. That wouldn't be against
Yeah, that would
reflex.
Yeah, it's like it's like an RPG. It's like
Dexterity.
Yeah.
You're swinging at him, and if you're able to hit him, then you
Oh, okay, it's against dexterity. Got it.
like his reflexes and being able to move. But yeah.
Yeah,
so-
I'm guessing contextually it's reflex with these things because they're fucking jumping spiders, so you gotta pass that test first.
Yeah, yeah. Plus they're all buggy and creepy and ooh.
Also, a quick note, Shawn. So, you use an iPhone with the earphones with a little mic hanging off of the one.
I sure do.
Is that rubbing on your face or your shirt? Because there's a little tinny going on.
Wait a minute. Yes, there is.
Oh, it's under my butt!
I actually had on the wrong earphone. See, I only put in one, and I have it hanging off and just sort of lines up.
And you put the other one in.
Well, it was picking you up pretty well for not being up much.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Good job, Apple.
Better than the other one that I bought.
Happy birthday, Apple.
Right.
Happy birthday, yeah.
Yeah, so as Thatch is trying to get the thing off, he kind of strapped it on a little too tight.
Oh my god.
He's thrashing all about trying to pull it off. He can't quite do it. So
I love how Vane just like whipped up her sword and like struck the spider, and then the other two behind him are like struggling to like hit it.
yeah, the other two
It's like
cannot.
bloodied, wobbling around, and Dignan completely misses.
It happened concurrently. Thatch tried getting the crossbow off his back, so he bumped into Dignan and kind of threw him off, like, hey, come on now.
Okay, and this spider.
Here
is
comes
going
the
to-
spiders!
Shit.
Is going to move in actually he's going to move here. He's going to attack you, Claws.
Ah!
He's going to sort of lunge at you with his razor fangs and try to bite you on one of your plates. And he rolls. Let's see what he rolls. 13 against, or wait, 13 plus 7 reflex.
Oh.
Does that hit?
Oh, my reflex?
Or no, against your armor. Yes, I'm sorry. Armor class.
Well, my armor class is exactly 20. You just got a 20. What do you think?
Jesus.
Oh, I forgot what the rule was for
Yeah,
that. If it,
I can't tell if it cancels out or reroll for this.
I don't know.
Oh!
I think you have to beat it. I think you have to beat the
I
armor
think
class.
so.
So I think he's all right.
So it doesn't quite penetrate, but it's kind of,
It's close.
yeah.
I feel it.
You're definitely freaked out.
Ah!
He plus 5 spook damage. Oh.
Hey,
I yelp, ah, which at this point could mean anything to these people. Oh, something happened.
All right. Okay, and now Oh shoot! You know what? I don't.
What?
I don't know if I. I completely forgot this part. I forgot if I if all the other monsters make their move, or
Yeah,
if I
it's
just
the
go to one of you
monster's
guys. Okay. That was something I completely glazed over. All right, so this one's gonna move in to Vane's spot.
Oh God,
You getting
being
gangbanged.
surrounded. Someone do something. Oh right, you're all incompetent.
Hey,
Hey,
I did more than
killed
you.
one.
I try my
I'm talking
hardest.
about the 2 idiots behind me.
Yeah, and he is going to roll. Ooh, he rolled pretty well. He's gonna roll 15 plus 7
Oh.
against your armor class.
All right, that beat me. I've got 16 armor class.
Okay, and
That does beat it.
damage. He's gonna take a nice bite out of you,
Ouch.
which is going to do 2d6.
Shawn says nice bite, and it like rends flesh from your face, exposing your rocky underside.
Jeez.
Ah!
That's gonna be 7 damage.
Oof. Ouch.
We have the most health, so don't be a baby.
We do have the heals, right?
I
Yeah.
got plenty of heals, baby.
Alright.
Okay. Just checking.
I might have more than we need.
So I'm at 27 health currently.
Okay. Make sure to keep track of that yourself, because.
Oh yeah, I've got it. I've got it in
Alright.
the sheet. For me.
And now this one is going to move closer, but it's not going to do anything to you actually. Just gonna sit there.
Do these ones have a movement limit?
Yes, they do.
Okay. It's just probably pretty big because
It is very. It's pretty big, but
not to brag or anything, but it's pretty big.
it's pretty.
It's sizable.
Big deal.
This one's going to move right here, but he's going to use his jump attack.
Oh
And
my God.
He's going to attack Nyx
What?
with a leaping jump attack.
Run away.
I'm dodging.
And this is going to do. Let's see. Oh wow! All right. He rolled a 1, and
Ah,
Ooh.
so he's gonna sail right past you and skitter back to where he was. So you dodge that one.
I'm just gonna imagine Vane got a nice chunk bitten out of her arm. Like she sliced the first one. The other 2 idiots were bumping around behind her, and while she was totally preoccupied, she got bit in the arm.
Be nice, Dignity.
Now this one.
no, wait, hold on.
Who spelt a hit?
I picture the spider's leap being like really dynamic, but then it turns into the gif from Street Sharks where he misses the football.
So the one that was bloody is just gonna reel back, and
Hey.
it's gonna kind of walk backwards, and it's gonna like brandish one of its legs at you, kind of screeching as it's sort of retreating. And
Don't come over here.
It's bleeding all over the place, and
Is it Bodhi?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good spider.
actually that's pretty
I was
good.
gonna say that's pretty good.
That's canon now. It's like I record her doing that, and I keep playing it over and over throughout the entire adventure.
Oh man.
Even after you kill the spiders, I keep playing it over and
This
over.
is really good. It's a really good spider sound.
I interrupt all the things I'm saying myself with that line. Okay, now Klaus, it's your turn. Fucking buddy boy.
Alright, as my turn is starting, hold on a second.